Okay, there's like 7 more shrubs that I failed to mention that I wanted to show you guys. Some of these are edible, some of them are not. This is the sable minor cabbage palm, but this is not the big Florida cabbage palm, sable palmetto. This is sable minor. It's pretty closely related to sable palmetto, the big palm tree, but this one never does develop a trunk. And unlike the big palm tree, this one prefers growing in the shade. It'll grow a lot better and a lot bigger leaves. It'll grow a lot faster in the shade. Growing in full sun and hot, dry conditions sort of stunts its growth. Shady, cool, moist, relatively cool and moist because it is Florida. That's what this one likes. So I'm planting these in here because I want my ground to get covered by these big leaves. I'm just looking for all the shade and moisture, soil moisture that these things are going to help me keep in the ground. Let's look at a couple I've got in the front yard in my xeriscape. I don't call this part of my yard the food forest. This is my xeriscape front yard where I don't water at all once plants are established. This is a pindle palm. Someday, many years from now, it'll be over 10 feet tall. You could call it a understory tree, but that's going to be a long, long time. It's got an edible fruit, also known as jelly palm. From what I understand, the fruits, I've grown these before. I've never actually been able to harvest the fruit because it takes so many years for them to get up. So all I can say is what I've heard and read about the fruit, and what I've heard is it's not that great for eating raw, but people will make jellies, obviously, because it's called jelly palm, or you could even make some wine or something with these berries. Now let's move on to the quintessential Florida palm tree, the sable palmetto, the Florida sable palm. I'm going to call them a shrub because although these will grow faster now that they're in the ground, they don't grow at all in pots, but now that they're in the ground they will start to grow at a decent rate, but it's still going to be quite a few years before that's 10 feet tall, so that would be part of the shrub layer. Okay, let's go on to the next one. This is going to be another this is going to be a cactus. I've got this cactus and then one more to show you, and then a couple other plants, but I've just got a lot more shrubs than I realized. So there you go. That's Peruvian apple cactus. I don't want it to get more than 10 feet tall. My understanding, this plant is somewhat cold sensitive. That's why I have it growing right up against the south side of my house here. But that puts off a nice fruit. You may have seen these. It's got a big, beautiful red fruit that hangs right off the side of that cactus. That's edible. It's supposed to be tasty. I'm looking forward to trying my first one. Let's move along here. And I apologize before when I was in the greenhouse showing you all the shrubs. I don't know why I didn't see these two. They were right in front of me. But these are excellent, excellent shrubs. So that's why I wanted to come back and catch these for you. First one is sweet almond, also known as sweet almond verbena. And if y'all could smell these flowers that I'm showing you right now, this smell is absolutely wonderful. Very strong smelling, so it'll go throughout your entire garden. I don't care how big your garden is, you're going to smell these if you're within a block or two. It's a pretty big shrub. It can grow to be close to 10 feet tall, real bushy and real wide. Just really excellent for attracting pollinators. It's not native, as far as I know, to Florida, but it sure loves growing in Florida. And it will be absolutely buzzing with activity once you get this going. I'm holding this until next spring. We're going to plant it in the ground next spring. The other one I wanted to show you that I like a lot, it's not edible, is wild coffee. That's this one. I've got 4 of them in here. And the wild coffee's got the beautiful red berries this time of year, actually in the fall. It doesn't actually make coffee like we drink coffee beans. It just, the leaves look a lot like the leaves of the coffee bean plant. And but it's a native Florida shrub, and it's beautiful, great for pollinators and attracting wildlife. And it's just real beautiful plant to have. And again, like any native Florida, once it gets going, it should be good on its own. It shouldn't be very fussy or hard to grow. It needs a little bit of shade. That one does a little better in shade. So yeah, we need plants to fill in those spaces in the shady parts of the food forest. All right, last one on this video. This is, to me, undervalued. It's not appreciated as much as it should be, and that's prickly pear. Thornless prickly pear is what I have mostly. I think I have one with thorns, the truly negative. So whether they have thorns or not, they're in the Opuntia genus. And either way, you can eat the soft tender pads. Like this pad right here is nice and soft and tender. It's too small. I'll wait till it gets much bigger, and then I could harvest that, slice it up lengthwise, cook it like green beans. This is a really reliable food producing plant. I probably have 20 of these in my little garden here. Well, it's 1/3 of an acre, so I guess it's a pretty good sized garden. But anyway, nopali cactus, really good food producing plant. Put it in the ground, walk away, forget about it, maybe water it a little bit to get established, but you got food coming out of that plant for the rest of your life. The pears, you know, it's called a prickly pear because it makes a pear kind of similar to that Peruvian apple cactus, is also edible. If you're looking more for getting the fruit from these, then the ones with thorns, the native Florida ones with thorns, they're more productive on the fruit. But I prefer the pads on these thornless varieties just because they're easier to handle. That's it, y'all. Thanks.